In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to disconnect GitHub from Netlify. If you no longer want a Netlify site to stay connected to a GitHub repository, the process is pretty straightforward. Disconnecting the repository is useful if you want to stop automatic deployments, switch to a different repo, or simply manage the site manually going forward. I'll walk you through exactly where to go inside Netlify so you can do this quickly and confidently. To get started, log into your Netlify app dashboard. Once you're signed in, you'll land on the main area where your sites and projects are listed. This is the control center for your Netlify account, so if you manage multiple sites, take a second to make sure you're in the right place before continuing. From the dashboard, select the specific site you want to disconnect from GitHub. This is important because any changes you make will apply only to that project. If you have several sites that look similar, it's a good idea to double check the site name before opening it. After opening the site, click on Project Configuration. This section contains the main settings for the project, including deployment behavior and repository connection details. Think of this as the place where Netlify stores the technical setup for that site. Next, click on Build and Deploy. This area controls how your site gets built and published. Since GitHub is usually tied to your automated deployment workflow, this is where you'll find the settings related to that connection. Once you're in Build and Deploy, click on Continuous Deployment. This section shows how Netlify is linked to your version control provider such as GitHub and how updates to your repository trigger new deploys. From there, click on Manage Repository. This opens the repository management options for the site. Here you can review the current connection and access the controls for changing or removing it. Finally, click Unlink the current repository. This is the action that disconnects GitHub from the Netlify site. Once the repository is unlinked, Netlify will no longer automatically deploy changes pushed to that GitHub repo. As a quick tip, after unlinking the repository, you may want to review your deployment settings to make sure everything is configured the way you want. Disconnecting the repo does not necessarily remove the site itself, but it does stop the Git-based deployment connection. And that's it. You've successfully disconnected GitHub from Netlify.